What is our mission? If you have watched our previous podcasts, you will know that Aaiyyan is a means for how Brahman can transcend itself. And this is the ultimate aim of the universe. In this video we will explain that aim, and what our mission is. We will also explain what your part is. But before we start, please watch until the end of the video, where we will link to some free important training material, so that you can develop yourself further. So what is our aim? Our aim is the transformation of your life, by uplifting you spiritually, and fulfilling the universal goal of transcendence. You know that we as practitioners of Aayyanism can help in the process of becoming one with the higher beings, and thus eventually merge into Brahman. Many Orthodox Hindus and Buddhists believe that merging with the universal Om is the ultimate goal, but we know that this is just the first step in many. Our ultimate goal is also to finally find that spark in consciousness that exists outside of the whole, and thus transcend it. So with this in mind, how do you help this process of merging and transcending? The first step is to practice the actions of Aayyanism. This means performing vocational actions as an Aayyanist. In other words, this means drawing yantras and chanting mantras to open various forms of dimensional space, and linking with the entities that exist there. If we as practitioners open lokas, positive dimensional space, and talas, negative dimensional space, and the many dimensions in between, we will begin to become attuned to the process, the energy, and the higher beings that exist there. Thus you must practice your yantra work, memorize the important yantras and practice the arts of astral projection. You can concentrate on loka space or tala space, but as Aayyanists of the Murunatunalam school, we encourage exploring all parts of this universe. The other vocational steps of Aayyanist practice include Aayyanist breathing techniques to increase your energy levels, which we have covered on the Patreon site. Understanding the nature of Aaiyyan by reading his stories. And spreading the word about Aayyanism, so that there are more enlightened practitioners that will be able to merge with the universal Brahman, and thus deliver a greater possibility of transcendence occurring. We would say that this last point is very important. In the past, the Aayyanists kept our faith secret to the Dravidian Aayyani community only. But then we found that more souls, or Atmans, were being born outside of that community and experiencing another reality. It was deemed that this was Brahman's will and your own innate mindset, to spread the message of Aayyanism worldwide, so that there would be more Atmans that can join with the higher beings and eventually Brahman, to transcend the whole. Think for a moment about who you are and who your friends are. If you are watching this, you are a higher soul form on the path to universal oneness, and you have chosen your incarnation wisely. Also, karmic law dictates that those souls around you were with you in many incarnations. This is why when you first met each other you initially clicked into place, or felt unease. It is because your souls have been intertwined in many lifetimes. Your friends and foes are on a spiritual path too, so if you share a glimpse of the possibilities that Aayyanism can offer, and share this knowledge, then not only will you be doing them a favor, but you will be acting out the will of Brahman. This is the path of universal oneness, the path of unconditional love, and the path that will break the karmic bonds that bind us. Ours and your universal aim is to become one with Brahman, by merging with the many higher entities that exist in the many realms that surround us all. You can do this by attuning yourself to yantras, building your chakra centers via the Aayyanist breathing techniques, and also by becoming a disciple of Aayyan, a guru in your own right, and teaching others the power. Here is a link to some important training material. Remember, Aayyanism is vocational, and that you must practice it and teach it to become a higher being. Spreading this message is the ultimate aim, so that we may find that one soul, or many Atmans, that once connected to all things transcends the whole. And the next step of Brahman's evolution can begin. The step can be small, minuscule in fact, but a slight shift in the whole can have momentous consequences. So we urge you to be a part of this movement. Travel the planes of reality, and merge with the higher beings, and spread these teachings, so that we may encompass a new Atman. A being once merged with us which has the power to create a paradox which is outside of the realms of possibility. A soul that once linked to a soul, does not just become one with all, but becomes more than the one. This is the end of the podcast, so thank you for listening. Please join us on www.aayyan.org for more information.